Hello guys! So today I'm coming to you with a completely different video because I noticed that many people find it interesting how it is to live in a mixed marriage, because me and Ishan, we come from completely different cultures, and I will tell you in advance, it wasn't easy at first. We both had to adjust and we both had to make some compromises because we were raised in completely different cultures, and seriously there are so many of those differences. I think I could write a book about it, but today I'm just going to focus on these which directly affected our marriage. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Dating. I feel like dating is not really a thing in India. Indians are just not fooling around. There is no such a thing as casual relationship, and the topic of arranged marriages is still pretty much alive. So, from the point of meeting someone to getting married, it takes approximately a few months, I think. While in Poland, this process is way slower. It looks something like you meet someone, you start dating, then after some time you move in together, and then usually you get engaged and you get married, but also not everyone does that, and that's also okay. But our case was even more extraordinary because we were getting to know each other in long distance relationship for approximately a year. Then Ishan moved into Poland and we moved in together for I think like a year or so, and we got engaged, and then probably like 6 months after that we got married. The lack of public affection. That thing, oh man, it was hard for me because I am a very clingy person. And in India, it's at least weird for people if you are showing public affection, or even if you are showing affection in the presence of your family, for example. But it's also disrespectful and rude. It's considered disrespectful and rude. So that was very, very strange for me, because in Poland it really doesn't bother anyone if you are kissing, if you are hugging in public, whatever. It's an everyday thing. You can see it everywhere on the streets, or when you are with your family. I think it's considered more strange if you are not showing this affection. We are very affectionate people, I think. Do you want to add something?
Okay, so yes, it was very weird for me in the beginning when you were, let's say, kissing me in public or hugging me in public. I was like, hey, calm down, because I've never seen it my whole life in India, and it's a bit frowned upon.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but when I traveled around Europe, I saw how normal it is.
Yeah.
Now for me as well, when I go to India, I want to kiss you, and then I realize, oh, we are at the street, we can't do this. So yeah, it just takes getting used to.
So in Poland we have this wedding tradition, and it looks something like this. Guest shout gorzko, which means better, encouraging the bride and the groom to kiss. So with that sweet sign of affection, they would remove the bitterness from the vodka. So I can't even tell you how surprised I was when I went to Indian wedding and bride and the groom didn't kiss even once. Indian and Polish wedding are so different from each other in general that I could make like the whole separate video about this only. Moving on to another point, let's talk about manners. In every culture there are just some unwritten rules that are expected, but no one talks about them. So we'll talk about them today. Indian men are always expected to pay for the woman. doesn't matter what. In Poland, it's a bit different. People often split the bill. So, Ishan, I was just talking about this, that in India, men are always expected to pay for women.
Yeah.
What do you think about this rule? Is it a good or a bad thing?
I don't think it's fair, because I think it should be equal. If everyone says that men and women are equal, so we should split. Like, not every time. Let's say you take your girl or woman to a nice date, then of course not, right? But yeah, sometimes it's nice to split.
So now let's move on to what Polish guys are expected to do. And Ishan is right there with me. I'm sure he will tell you. Ishan, will you tell them?
Yeah, sure. So the biggest surprise for me was that you always have to open the door for the girl. Doesn't matter if it's a random stranger, whoever it is, you have to do it. There is no other way.
Ladies go first, right?
Yes, and they really do in Poland. Ladies first, there is a saying in every country.
Yeah.
But in Poland, you really have to follow that. And I didn't know, because in India, maybe we do it sometimes, but not as often. So this was a bit different for me. And second thing was, like, you know, different, let's say, kind of things which men are expected to do here are carry your bags always. And, you know...
we don't mean like purses, but like suitcase,
yeah,
or
like always
heavier
help
bag.
the women out in some way. So yeah, this was a bit different. I remember you getting mad at me many times because of that.
Yeah.
But it was just a cultural difference. But now I am, you know, now
you were aware of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit strange for me at the beginning, that Ishan wasn't doing these things. Like, for me, it was just obvious that you have to, as I was raised this way, and even my father or my brother would always open the door for me, so I would enter first. Actually, I think it's a very nice thing to do. Doesn't matter if you're in Poland or in India, right?
It is. So every single guy watching right now, you should start doing it, even in India. It's a very nice thing to do.
Family. Indians are the most family-focused people I know. And just correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that family is absolutely the most important thing for Indians. Right, Ishan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Indian families are usually bigger than families in Poland, and they also live close to each other. Also, when the bride and the groom are getting married, they are living together at men's parents. So it's not very common to live separately. So you can say that getting married to an Indian man is really like getting married to the whole family. We are not living with our Indian family, but Ishan talks to them every single day on video call, and I mean, these are long calls. These are like at least 1 hour long every day.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, so that was surprising for me, because actually I don't know what I would talk about for more than 1 hour every day with my parents, but also I have never video called anyone in my life besides Ishan, and it was only because we were in a long distance relationship for a while. But now, even if you are going to India for, like, let's say 3 weeks, we don't video call every day.
No, we don't no more.
Yeah, so why we are not video calling every day, but you video call with parents every day?
Because I live with you now, and we spend so much time together in person. So if I was living with them, then I wouldn't call them, like video call them, and I'm meeting them, let's say, once in 3-4 months. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Video call your parents.
So Indians have just indescribable respect for their parents and elder family members. So they listen to them, doesn't matter how old they get. So let me just explain how new it was for me, because when our relationship began, I just simply told my parents about Ishan, and it didn't really matter what they would think about it. Because in Poland, once you get independent, and I was independent since I was 19 years old, you get to live your life completely on your own. And if you have good relations with your parents, you can just take advice from them. But it's not like they can tell you what to do or what not to do. So with Ishan, it was completely different, because if his parents told him that they don't approve our relationship, we probably wouldn't be together. But it obviously didn't happen because I have just amazing parents-in-law. There is actually one more difference that we wanted to talk about, and
yeah,
this is the funny one.
it is super funny for me because when we just started dating, so Weronika would call me names like honey, and what else did you call me?
And kochanie, and
That also means honey in Polish.
yeah, misiu, or this or that, or ishanek.
And that was lame for me because in India we considered it very lame.
But in Poland it's very normal. People
Yeah.
do it all the time. You call your partners the weirdest names like Mishko, which is mouse, or you know, or a bear, or like sweetheart. We are just affectionate people, you know. When you are really close to someone in Poland, you want to show it all the time.
So in India we don't have this. So it was a major difference for me in the beginning, but now I'm used to it. She calls me teddy bear. Nah, she doesn't. I'm kidding. You do? Mishko means teddy bear?
No, misiu.
Ah, okay, she does. But in Polish at least.
And kochanie all the time.
Yeah, that's alright.
So let me tell you this. Even though mixed relationships can be sometimes tricky and difficult and hard, I think they are extremely rewarding at the end of the day. So I feel like we are taking the best of both of our cultures and combining into one. So please do let me know if you like these kind of videos, if you find these topics interesting, because I would love to make more of these. So I really appreciate you watching this video till the end, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Bye.